Hi, this is Derek from Boise Cylinder Head Services, doing another live video show today. Um, I'm working on a set of Subaru turbo heads with some stage 2 cams. We had port and polished. We got these shiny fancy valves here with a swirl finish on it. Finally getting this thing all together. I'm pretty excited. Hopefully they'll let me drive it. But yeah, today we've been working on a lot of Subaru turbos. I don't know if you can kind of see the ends of the 4-cylinder heads we got right there. And then these are customers that we have, high performance setup. Yeah, we've had these for a couple weeks now. Sent them off to our port and polish guy, and now we finally get to assemble them. The next step here is to put the valve adjustment on it, and then assemble it and see how the vacuum check goes. We're working a lot of Subarus here, and a lot of Chryslers, a lot of those are our main ones, Subaru and Chrysler. If anyone's watching and wants to ask a question, go ahead and put it in the comments. We'll answer your questions for you. Let's see what's happened this week so far. We saw a lot of pounded in valves. The 5-liter Ford. We have a video talking about the 5-liter Ford Coyote engine. They pound in the intake valves, and the seat doesn't take any damage. The cylinder head really doesn't take any damage. Just the valve wears. And at first, that's kind of really where we saw that kind of significant damage, where the valve gets the seat conforms into the valve essentially. And now we've noticed it on a Hemi 2013 Dodge Durango with the 5.7 Hemi in it. We saw a couple of valves that had that same kind of imprint. It's not as drastic, but it's almost like that's a new thing coming out, where the valves are weaker than the seats. Or maybe heck these guys are just revving the piss out of them, and the valve can't take that kind of damage. We also saw on a, Chevy Silverado 2500 HD 6.0 cylinder head, the LS cylinder heads. Saw the same thing. It was actually pretty extreme. I think I actually might have an example of that. This is probably the most wear I've seen on a valve. And it didn't damage the seat at all. It only has about 50,000 miles on it. But, I'll come up closer to the camera so you guys can see whoever's watching. Yeah, these are super flat and super sharp in the edge. The valve sizes are inconsistent. Actually, these ones aren't half bad. But compared to a new valve and how it should be, these things are like shrunken. Oh, here's a good example. Both of these valves are bad, but you can see the difference there. That black part being the how much larger this other valve is than the one that's severely damaged. But it's just kind of wedged its way into the seat, and eventually it kind of just starts eroding the outside edge of this valve. This is on, what was it, 2016, I think. Let me double check my paperwork here. Yeah, 2016 Chevy Silverado 3500, and it's in a vehicle that they're taking off road and stuff, and I've never seen any kind of damage like this on an LS set of heads. This is by far the most significant damage I've seen to an intake seat or an intake valve, and this thing was still running. It still had compression. This was still a valve that was sealing in the cylinder head, which is just amazing. Let me see. I might have yeah, it doesn't really do it. This is what a valve should look like after a little bit. Oh, this one's pretty damaged too. Huh. We've had a rash of these things come in where they just have the seat imprinted into the valve. This is kind of a little bit better there, but you can kind of still see that. It's not a flat surface right here. And it kind of has a step in there where the seat's kind of worn into place. That was actually on a 5.3 Chevy head. So we're seeing some new damage that we're not used to, which is kind of exciting. Finding and solving new problems. But yeah, this is by far the worst we've seen. Having that valve shrink like that is impressive. It's impressive that it still ran. It had one misfire on the other cylinder head, which we've already went and repaired. You can kind of see this one too, flat as heck. But yeah, these things, it's miraculous that these things still run. Imagine if you got a heavy load, you're towing a lot of stuff. That puts a lot of strain on the valves in the engine. And I think that's what we're seeing there is those valves are just being overworked. For whatever material or weight they're carrying, it's causing a lot of wear and damage. And actually, this cylinder head also had a crack in between the intake valves and the exhaust valves. So we're going to condemn that head and get a brand new replacement for our customer. Yeah. Yeah, what did we do today? We worked on a propane forklift cylinder head today with the most foo-foo valves or valve springs I've ever seen on a propane engine. They're just tiny, rinky-dinky. Imagine the thing only turns like 1,000 RPM. That's probably being dramatic. It probably does more than that, but they're really weak springs. I think we've talked about these cylinder heads in previous videos. But we're just now getting them assembled. And these cams, let's see, this is Brian Crowley. No, this is GSC Power Division cams. Stage 2, right? Stage 2. Stage 2. Yeah. And just show these in the camera because they're a drastic difference from the stock version in weight and in lift. What was the lift on the original? Can we figure that out?
Not quite. It's in a different dimension than the GSC division.
So this is a stock cam for a 2015 Subaru WRX STI, and this is an aftermarket stage 2 cam with about 420 lift, give or take a little bit there. Yeah, I mean night and day. This one's twice as heavy as this thing is. The valves this guy got, the springs. We even got titanium retainers. Lighten up the valve train there. But yeah, those cams with the port and polish job are going to perform a heck of a lot better than just on a stock head. So we're pretty excited to see the power difference. We got titanium retainers here, which are just light as a feather. This stuff is hard as heck and just weighs nothing. I mean, it's probably half the weight of the original retainers, which are probably tool steel or something like that.
Yeah.
But what's this guy doing? He's going to rally race it or something?
Yeah, it's going to be an autocross race.
Autocross racing.
Yeah. Doing a built bottom end, larger turbo, tuning it. He's probably going to see some pretty good power gains, especially with the port and polish work and the cams.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so. Pouring a lot of money into this thing. Like our guy Wes King, we're having him doing some port and polish stuff for us. Give us a little chart of the difference from stock to ported. And I think we're about in the 400 lift range, and we've gained about 10 CFM on the intake side, and about 15 on the exhaust side. So there's some decent numbers. He's definitely going to feel those results, especially with all this aftermarket stuff he's putting on with it. Heavier springs. What was it, 8? I think where the older springs were at 80 pounds pressure closed, or at some point in their range they're at 80 pounds, and these springs at the same point was at 150. So almost doubling the spring pressure there, which was impressive. I didn't expect to see that.
Yeah, don't want to float a valve at that kind of RPM range. Isn't that initially what happened, why he brought the heads in, because he floated a valve and?
Heck, I don't even remember the original thing. There's so many problems with this thing originally. Yeah. The tips of the valves were damaged. The lifter cups were damaged. What else was wrong? Oh, something went through the engine. We had something explode in the engine.
Yeah, there was a bunch of dinging in the in the combustion chamber.
There's a video on it.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a video on that where we talk about doing it yourself at home kind of work. That is, less than quality there, that's for sure. But I mean, we made the right choice, bringing it down here and getting it assembled. We know what we're doing around here, this stuff. So.
Especially with the turbo Subies.
Yeah, turbo Subies. We got 3 cars worth going on right now. And we have plans, hopefully this coming month, to build another about 10, 5 to 10 cars worth of those. So we love our Subaru heads. They're amazing. We also did a video on some scrapers, which are amazing for removing gasket material. I think anyone who has to deal with gasket and carbon, scraping that stuff off, this is a great thing to check out. There's a link below for that and a video about it on our channel. We also got these Coast flashlights. This is G20. We got a video on that. These things are awesome for inspecting cylinder heads and just anything. I mean, they're just great. We love those flashlights. Each one of us in the shop has one of those.
And with the rechargeable battery, it significantly increased the life of, the light and the brightness of the light as well. So,
we really did like those. Yeah, actually, I haven't had one of those die yet. I haven't used them for 2 weeks, a month now, probably.
Yeah, almost a month.
Maybe over a month.
Solid product.
It is a solid product. I want to check out their G30 flashlights. They look, they're a little fancier, a little cooler. Focus them, I do believe, but I need to get one and check it out. Yeah. What else do we got cooking today? I don't know. Have we seen anything weird today? We had some supercharged Nissan Xterra cylinder heads, 3.3 liter. We're working on those. We had these 2001 Ford Mustang set of heads. I think 4.2.
It's a 4.0.
4.0.
Yeah.
Cylinder heads were cracked right in between the valves, the intake and exhaust valves.
Almost every cylinder too.
Oh yeah, almost on every cylinder. This is Booker, by the way. I don't know. You can hear his voice.
Nice to meet you guys.
He's a coworker here.
Yeah.
Holding down the fort with us.
Always a good time in the shop.
Yeah. Got
Carbide scrapers, we love those things too.
yeah, for sure.
Let's see, we got
Got a 5.9 Cummins diesel head that we had.
12 valve.
12 valve. Yeah. That thing's a heavy beast. We had to lug around, resurface, remove a couple studs. That was a fun deal. We do have some Black Lightning valves in stock for those things.
Those are sweet for more boosted applications, and if you're up in turbocharger sizes or anything like that. There's a lot of guys out there with the 12 valve that they like to think it's a racetrack. So those things are sweet for when guys bring them in and they're up in the application there.
And you can find those in our eBay store.
Oh, our eBay
Boise,
store?
or Boise Cylinder Head eBay store.
Boise Cylinder Head eBay store. Yeah, we're putting those on. Did we already put them on?
They're already on.
We already put those on. Black Lightning Cummins 12 valve valves.
And
Sweet.
And if there's other parts they're looking for, they can just email us and we can probably find those
Oh,
parts.
yeah. Any parts you guys
Anywhere
might be
in the
looking
world.
for, go ahead and email us. Yeah, anywhere in the world, we can make it happen. Love the experience, going through all that, shipping quality product around the world. It's a good thing.
No doubt.
Let's see.
Do we ship cylinder heads as well? Can
Oh,
somebody
yeah, we
buy
Yeah, we
Stock
just shipped some
heads.
to Oregon.
Yeah, we just shipped some heads to Oregon. Some
Getting ready to
else.
ship some to Tennessee.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Thank you for those
Everywhere.
guys that are watching us from Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they came off of the channel.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, we'll ship it anywhere. You know, just give us a call, send us an email, and we'll get it figured. Any cylinder head, really. I mean, we specialize and work with a lot of Subarus, but we work with it all. You know, any cylinder head needs that are out there, and you know, if you emailed us about anything else related to the engine or mechanics, I'm sure we can get an answer for you. You know, our other half, import engine supply, we do all our lower end work over there, boring blocks, grinding crankshafts, working under the hood, swapping engines, you know, that sort of thing. So,
And we'll have some videos from over there eventually.
yeah, definitely will.
Another weird thing we saw today was the the January 13 and 14 Coyote 5.0 that had a different
Oh yeah,
intake
yeah,
that only works for those generation years. It's kind of funny because you can swap the 2011 to 2014 heads onto the 13 and 14, but you cannot put the 13 and 14 heads on the 11 to 12, you know. So that was kind of something new that we learned today.
yeah, definitely. We're still chewing that over to figure out the real reason why. I think there's what was it? It said something about the cam.
It's yeah, the cam position sensors or something like that.
Yeah, they work for the 2014, but not for and the 13, late 13s, and you can't swap those heads to the earlier versions. Which we sold a set of heads for 11 to 13 to a customer that gave us cores for 2014. So we got a specific year head now, and it doesn't cover the full range. So we'll have to figure that out. Yeah. Interesting. Those are struggles of our lives here.
Yeah, we got that Lexus too with all those keepers that exploded. And remember, we were trying to tap them out, and one shot across the shop. And that was pretty bad valves there, and it's on a mechanical bucket style V8. What did it come off of again?
It was a 98 Lexus 400.
Lexus
LS.
SC 400.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet looking cylinder heads though. I mean, that probably has a fair amount of power. I'm sure the Lexus is nice, but that thing, set on the timing wrong. Right?
Oh, right.
The
Yep.
customer or some mechanic out there set the timing wrong on it, and it just messed that thing up. Bent valves, broke keepers, retainers. I think I might have showed it on our last live, a little bit of it, anyways.
The damage that was done.
Yeah, the damage that was done. That was brief, but we kind of explained that. Not nearly as much as we probably should have, but
And some Hemis for stock now.
yeah.
Getting those rolling.
Chrysler. I was just talking about the one that we saw earlier this week with the pounded in valve, slight pounded in valve.
Oh, right. Yeah, we don't see that too often in those. It's kind of odd, but it's been popping up on the Chevys and Hemis now lately. It's kind of interesting to see that.
Yeah.
I think the Chevy application was a little bit more of, because of the weight, because it's an HD, it's a box pickup truck, and has a big crane or something on it, a bucket, and it's probably towing a lot of weight and the weight of the vehicle alone. So that's usually why they put the diesel engines in those. But Chevy and I think Dodge do put some of their gasser engines into the 2500s. So it was odd though that it was only 56,000 miles to see that kind of.
Yeah, I showed them the valves earlier.
Yeah.
It's like, those valves are gone. You can't, it's lost about a fifth of its volume on its head face in the worst cases.
Right.
But all of them took significant damages. It was miraculous that cylinder head's even running.
Yeah. It's kind of a bummer to find out it was cracked after we got it all disassembled and everything.
Yeah, right. At least we didn't clean it up all that much.
Yeah. Not too much time invested.
Yeah. Really, normally those LS heads just hold up. don't see significant issues with those heads. On occasion, after usually over 100,000, unless something happened, those heads hold up pretty good.
Amazing Race says, "Hey, what's up, gentlemen?"
Oh, hey, man,
how's it going?
How's it going? Yeah, it's going great, man. How's that 94 build you got going? Cooking. That looks sweet. It's doing an engine swap into a 94 Ford.
Is it a Mustang or?
No, gosh, what was it, Escort or something?
Oh,
No,
okay.
he sent me pictures earlier today. It looks awesome.
Interesting.
He's quite the MacGyver. He knows how to figure some stuff out. It's very
Yeah.
cool.
What
Thanks
kind
for
of-
watching, man. Good, glad you're here.
What kind of engine are you swapping over?
94 Escort.
Yeah, Escort. There you are. A little white one.
Yeah, that's sweet.
You got a wire harness and all that. Yep, it's pretty sweet. North Dakota. Yeah, he's in North Dakota. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Amazing Racing. He got some channel on here too. Check
Oh,
that
nice.
out.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone watching? Amazing Racing is another YouTube channel that you should check out. That guy's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Doing a lot of Chevy 5.7s and stuff lately. A lot more boat work than we normally do.
Yeah, a lot of boat work. We probably had 5 different boat heads in here, some from 1950s to 87 4-cylinder, all Chevy though.
But yeah, pretty much all Chevy Marine stuff.
And motorcycles are starting to come in.
Merc Cruiser. Yeah, we're starting to get some more motorcycles, which I love because I own dirt bikes. I've been riding since I was a kid, and I just love working on that stuff too. So it gives me a chance to.
How's that 79 Shovelhead that we just got?
Oh yeah, some Harley Davidson, I believe, right?
Yeah, he brings us quite a bit of Harley Davidson stuff. That guy, he's a really good customer. We like him.
We got some tiny 2-valve go-karts in here right now too. They're itty bitty little cylinder heads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those ones are a bit of a pain to work on. Those tiny little valve setups.
Yeah. Resurfacing them too is a struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little itty bitty heads. It's nice to see those though. Some of the tiniest valves are in the rinkiest, dinkiest things, like little go-karts. And it's impressive they can make cylinder heads that tiny.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, heck, what else do we got cooking?
2.0 Z-Tech with an ST 170 cylinder head and cams. From a BMW S85 V10 and a GT Trag 6-speed manual transmission.
Wow, that's quite the setup there. That's a little bit of a mix, but I'm sure it'll probably turn out pretty sweet. Make some good power.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. You're going to drive all the way up here and show it to me in person, take me for a ride. I'm excited.
Is it going to be a drag application, or are you using it on a track, or what's your purpose?
ITBS. ITBS from a BMW.
Yeah, he's always putting together some sweet cars. I'm excited to see this one turn out. Be awesome. We got a sweet port and polish job. I don't know how long you've been tuned in for, but we got a guy down here port and polishing some stuff for us. Check it out. Like this thing, you can see right through that freaking port right there. Gutted it out quite a bit. We got 10 extra CFM on the intake and exhaust, a little more on the exhaust than the intake, but gutted these things out. Got a flow bench on them. Freaking fixed the little dead hole they have on that sharp turn right here. Like freaking, it's gnarly. And we got a stage 2 cam in this puppy, some titanium retainers, some beefier springs from Brian Crower.
Individual throttle bodies.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
And he
sent me a
says
picture of
sick, by the way, on that work right there.
that. Yeah,
Nice, nice.
yeah, I saw those. I can't. You know how we were up there in West King or whatever. He's talking
Yeah.
about the extra length on the He had those intake throttle body things.
Yeah, yeah.
He has a similar thing, and they're all individual on 4 of them, and he has like extended on a extension.
Okay.
Whatever. And isn't that extension? I think that extension is like for more torque, right?
Yeah.
Low end torque, like going around corners and stuff like that. You can pick it up and just get at it.
It increases velocity quite a bit, off the bottom end there, but it'll still flow the same, at the higher RPMs for the most part, but gives you that good throttle response and really crispens things up.
I want to de-stroke to 1.8 liters and do a high compression turbo.
High compression turbo.
Deep stroke, okay. High compression turbo. Nice. That's probably going to make some significant power there, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
It's fun playing with our toys. We love it too.
Yeah.
Experimenting with different things is always a blast.
This he's always been toying around with this stuff. He's creative. Like he figures some stuff out. It's impressive.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What's Josh Pilgrim up to? Is he still working on cars and all that? I haven't talked to him in forever.
My goal is 375 on gate.
Okay. That's going to be sweet.
Yeah. Right. Reminds me kind of that Fast and Furious car, that white one.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that a Ford?
That was,
No, that was a Volkswagen. Huh?
yeah.
Okay. Looked white. All right. Well, that's all we got for today. Thank you for watching our videos. It's great to see Amazing Racing. Check that out, you guys, on YouTube. And remember to like and subscribe our videos and hit that bell notification thing. And remember, it's all in your head. Good to see you, John. Have a good one.
And
Bye, guys.
Josh has a channel of his own. It's
Oh,
Boise
sweet.
Speed.
Okay.
Check that out. That's awesome.